Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're taking a shortcut into some difficult but really essential reading.
Essential is the right word for it.
We're looking at the chronic dysfunction
Mhm.
and the deep corruption within South African universities, using Jonathan Jansen's 2023 book, Corrupted, as our guide.
Right.
I mean, Jansen based his whole investigation on ministerial reports on over 100 interviews. He laid out exactly how these places were failing.
And it really should have been a national thunderclap.
It should have been, but outside of policy circles, it was surprisingly muted.
And that's the critical source of concern for you, the listener. You see, Jansen wasn't describing a temporary crisis.
Yeah.
Subsequent events, things that have happened right up to 2025, they just confirm what he was saying. He was diagnosing a structural illness.
Okay, so let's unpack that diagnosis. What was he actually finding beneath, the academic veneer?
He argued that universities were being systematically captured.
Captured by what he called rent-seeking networks.
Exactly. Crippled by weak governance and just besieged by corrupt tender practices.
What's so interesting is how he connects this to the broader political economy.
Yes. So when you talk about rent-seeking, we mean officials using their public position to gain control over contracts. The rents, basically.
The money.
The money. And universities with these massive infrastructure budgets and public funds flowing through them, well, they just became another vehicle for this extraction.
So it's the same pattern we've seen at local government.
The exact same playbook.
So the corruption isn't just a tax on the system. It's actively crowding out the core mission.
Completely. It's tragic to think that a place meant for intellectual debate is instead consumed by a fight over who gets the security contract.
And the academic work gets pushed aside by this politics of patronage, all about who controls catering tenders or funding.
And sadly, events since 2023 just confirm this dire warning.
You mean the investigations into the National Student Financial Aid Scheme? Nsfas?
Yeah, that exposed billions of rands in overpayments, accounts that they don't reconcile. It's a systemic issue.
The details are just incredible. We've seen specific failures, like claims of ghost students.
Right. And institutions applying for funding for learners who never even attended.
Or payments being made to people who didn't qualify.
Look, this isn't just an accidental bookkeeping error. It's the predictable outcome when weak systems meet opportunistic behavior.
If you know the data won't be verified, you're incentivized to claim anyway.
But despite all this, despite the book, despite the clear evidence from NSFAS, what really troubles me is how muted the societal response has been.
Yeah, there hasn't been a sustained public demand for reform, not like we saw with the state-owned enterprises.
It's like a kind of governance fatigue is setting in. And that societal silence, it's dangerous. Because these universities are the engines of opportunity. If they fail...
Yeah, the future fails.
Exactly.
So that raises the big question. What are the practical implications? How do we move forward?
Well, first, financial and governance reform can't be some side issue handled by administrators.
It has to be central to the academic mission.
It has to be. Every single rand lost to fraud is a rand taken directly from a new lab or a library book or a student bursary.
And we also have to get better at choosing and supporting our ethical leaders and protecting whistleblowers.
Absolutely, we have to.
But here's my question. If the problem is so cultural, so entrenched, how much can technology actually help?
That's the heart of it, isn't it?
I mean, data analytics and AI, sure, they can flag suspicious funding patterns. But how does software stop powerful people determined to steal?
It can't. The source warns us about this. Technology only works if it's embedded in a culture of accountability. The conclusion is sobering.
Software cannot replace courage.
That's the line.
So looking back, Corrupted wasn't just an account. It was a critical early warning that really wasn't fully heeded.
No, it wasn't. And the continued scandals put the credibility of the entire higher education system at risk.
Which leaves one final thought.
Yes. A final question for you to really think about. If universities are these key engines of opportunity of research and social mobility,
Then what?
then the challenge is to move beyond this quiet acceptance of dysfunction. We need to actively insist that integrity in higher education is, well, it's just non-negotiable.